I received the Super Talent USB flash drive that I ordered today. I ordered it from a store called Brando in Hong Kong, I believe. And it's an 8 GB flash drive, and it's marketed as being super small. Believe me, the photos on the website do not do it justice. Check it out. This is how small it is. It's smaller than my thumb, it's smaller than my index finger, and I do not have big fingers. This is my MacBook Pro, and that's the Super Talent drive right there and the USB port. It's as wide as the USB port and no wider, and half as thin. Right. This is a quarter. I know the Brando website has the same photo with the quarter and this thing, but you can't believe how small it is until you hold it in your hand. Really, it's just amazing. Here, let me eject the drive, and I'll show you just how thin it is. I mean, that's it. This is the whole thing. It's absolutely tiny. And just for comparison purposes, that's a quarter, that's the drive, and this is a USB connector right there. Can you see? It's just as wide and half as thick. Here, let me put them this way to show you. Just a second. That's the that's the Super Talent drive there, and that's the USB connector, half as thick and tinier. It's unbelievable, just unbelievable. And 8 GB on this thing. I'm really happy with the purchase. Let me stick it back in the laptop, and just to show you some writing speeds, the sample writing speeds there. Excuse me. Okay. And then it pops up on the desktop pretty quickly. I call it Super Talent for now, just to differentiate it easier from the other drive names. It actually is not named when it arrives, so don't worry if you think the title is cheesy. I think Super Talent sounds cheesy too, but you can't argue with the result. So this is just a sample movie file. It's a 1 GB file. I'm just going to drag it over to the drive, and it's going to start copying it. And as you can see, it's estimating about, actually it's more like 2 minutes. I did it before, and it was only about 2 minutes. Now it says 3 minutes. Just for comparison purposes, I copied the same 1 GB movie file to the Drobo, which is right there, and it took about a minute. And before it took, it's about half as slow as the Drobo. And the Drobo has sort of typical USB 2.0 speeds, depending on the sort of files that you copy. Maybe a little slower than the a single drive USB 2.0, but still fairly decent speeds. So the Super Talent is about a little slower, half as slow as the Drobo. And those are the writing speeds right there, as you can see on the screen. But even though it's a little slower than I'd want it to be, I am really very happy. I did not believe that somebody could squeeze 8 GB onto something this tiny. Now I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose it when I go somewhere, because it's very tiny. It's a good thing it comes with this. I'm gonna attach it to my keychain. And seeing this gives me a great idea. If they can squeeze 8 GB onto something this small, why in the world can't we use this on our DSLRs? Just plug in one of these puppies instead of a CF card and record photos on this, and just pull it out and stick it right into USB when we're done, and download the photos. I think eventually it would be really nice if that were possible. It seems like a much better way to do it. Otherwise, you need a card reader and all that stuff. Anyway, that's the Super Talent 8 GB drive from Brando. If you have a chance, grab one. It exceeded my expectations in terms of design and size, and I think it was worth the money. By the way, I did check out the prices of other USB flash drives, 8 GB USB flash drives, or thumb drives, whatever you want to call them, before I got this one, and it turns out that this one is not only smaller and cooler looking, but it's also cheaper than other 8 GB flash drives. So by all means, if you have the chance, grab it. Okay, so the copy operation just finished, and there's the movie there. So it took about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, I guess, to copy the 1 GB file. Okay.